Hi Year 2 and welcome to today's spelling lesson. The spelling rule we're looking at today is spelling rule 25 from the spelling frame, and it's all about contractions. I thought contractions would be a good spelling rule to start with this week, being that we looked at it in English yesterday. So there's a few main points that we need to remember when trying to spell contraction words. If the word is going to end in not, so for example, are not, when you're writing the not down, you have to remove the O in not, and your O is replaced with an apostrophe. So if your word was going to be aren't, the beginning of the word will always remain the same. So are not, we know it's going to be are, and we all know how to spell are. And then having a look at my rules, so are not, if it's not, you remove the O and it gets replaced with an apostrophe. But we don't leave a finger space before we write the nt on the end. The N is pushed towards this word here. So your N goes directly beside your E, so it becomes one word. So I've removed the O and I end with a T. So as you can see, it's one word. There's not a space between are and the not. If your word was going to end with will, you can see you remove the W and the I out of the word will, and the W and the I is replaced with an apostrophe. So if your word was going to be she will, your she remains the same. We all know how to spell she. And then your will, you remove the W and the I and you replace it with an apostrophe. So directly beside it, we don't need to leave any finger spaces. We use our apostrophe to show that we've taken the W and the I out. And then we put our double L at the end. If your contraction word was going to end with have, such as they have to become they've, when your word is going to end in have, you remove the H and the A, and the H and the A is replaced with an apostrophe. So they will remain the same because the first word always stays the same, or almost always stays the same. There is one or two exceptions to the rule. So they will remain the same. I then need my apostrophe. I don't leave a finger space. So they have, when it's have, I remove the H and the A. I've replaced it with my apostrophe, and I end with my V and my E. So V, E. Again, no finger space needed. It needs to look like one word. And the last one I'm going to go through with you today is. So if your word ends in is, you remove the I and the I gets replaced with an apostrophe. They are replaced with an apostrophe to show that there is a letter or letters missing. That's why we have the apostrophe in contractions. So something that might end with is might be he is. So just the same as the others, the he will remain the same. So he is, I remove my I, so to show that letters have been removed, I replace it with an apostrophe and I finish with my S, so it becomes he's. So, after learning those rules today in spellings, what I would like you to do is on the Google Classroom, I have put 10 spellings that I would like you to learn this week. So what I would like you to do is have a go at spelling those words, but with your coloured pencil. So write your word to begin with, like I've done, in one colour. Then with your coloured pencil, I would like you to go over the second part of your word to show where your apostrophe is and the letters that go after it. This will help you to remember which letters get removed and what they are replaced with. So on aren't, hopefully you can see, let me come at it from this side. I'm going to go over my apostrophe in the green and I'm going to go over the T. This is going to be your rainbow letters. So I'm going to choose another colour and I'm going to go over it again in another, going to go over it again in another colour. And then I'm going to choose another colour. I think they're too sharp, they're breaking on me. Another colour. And you can see there, I've gone over, it doesn't show up very well on camera actually. I've gone over the tricky part a few times. We've done this lots in class where we've gone over the tricky part in lots of different colours. So that's what I would like you to do this afternoon. That's what I would like you to do in your spelling lesson this morning. You might want to write these 4 words at the top of your page too to help you remember. So like I said before, you've got 10 words on the Google Classroom. So have a look on the Google Classroom, find out what your spellings are and practice writing them. If you're struggling with them, don't just write them once, write them as many times as you want and maybe practice them every day leading up to your spelling test on Friday. So have fun with that activity and I can't wait to see them when you post pictures either on the Google Classroom or on Class Dojo.